Kalamazoo College's Asian Pacific Islanders Student Association, or APISA, annually hosts Asia Fest.
Welcome to Asia Fest!
This year's topic was This is 2017.
Last year in 2016, there was a New York Times editor. He got heckled on the streets in New York saying, like, go back to China. So afterwards, he wrote an article on NYT, which spurred waves of, like, protests across Asian Americans in the country. So the hashtag that was trending was This is 2016. So he, like, took a spin on that and made it This is 2017, redefining and reclaiming the year.
APISA member and performer Hannah explained why she thought Asia Fest is important to host on Kalamazoo College's campus.
Asia is a third of the world's population. It's very, of course, ambiguous term when people say Asians or Asian Americans, because that is a very large group of people that I think is commonly very bundled together. So I think it's very cool to be able to bring all the distinct Asian cultures and showcase them and show the variety that there is between them.
Kim said for her and others, the celebration is also about pride in her culture.
I think a lot of our members, including me, all used to harbor some kind of shame towards their mother culture, and this is like the complete opposite. It's all pride in ourselves. Mm-hmm.
Along with traditionally included programs like the fashion show and dance routines to K-pop, there were also new programs part of the itinerary. Some of these new programs were spoken word poetry and a featured film.
The main point of the film was trying to get people of Asian descent from different backgrounds, like different social backgrounds, different economic backgrounds, and see from what their own opinion about what it meant to be Asian American.
Hannah reached out to her father in order to help her with content for her poem. She said it was an emotional process for her.
So it was new information, and it was very emotional, hearing about all the hardship that they went through, a great deal of suffering to be able to get here.
My grandfather once told me how he and his mother would set up a table in the poorest streets so that the hungry might have their stomachs filled with warm rice.
My spoken word poem was about my grandparents specifically and my dad. The poem was with themes of appreciation, more so, of all the struggle that they went through to be able to appreciate the opportunities they gave me here.
When my dad prodded gently from the boat onto Angel Island, he was but 5. He and his parents had the clothes draped upon them, a small suitcase and less than $100. In this strange new sea, there was no one to guide them through the currents. Other families from the ship were swept away in the embrace of family. He remembers the ever-expansive desolation of their new home.
Overall, she said the experience was well worth it in the end.
It's always a lovely experience to be with other poets, especially spoken word poets. And spoken word is especially very rewarding because it's poetry, so you get to be eloquent and use metaphors and such, but it's also very about performing and connecting with the audience.
Along with the new editions of the spoken word poetry and film, first-year student Chang sang in Hmong and played the guitar.
Speaking Hmong was easy, singing was a different story. I've only been singing for 2 years now, and I taught myself how to play the guitar.
Chang grew up speaking Hmong in his home. He said he thought it was important to perform for the campus singing the Hmong version of the song instead of the English version so that he could bring awareness to the culture.
Speaking Hmong and singing in Hmong for me was very personal because a lot of people don't know what Hmong is, who the Hmong people are, and what part we played in the Vietnam War. So it was very important for me to get my language and my people out there.
In future years, APISA hopes to continue to incorporate a wide variety of performances to illustrate the intersectionality and diversity of the Asian American culture. Current President Sakata said he also hopes to make more statements with the show.
Definitely stronger political statements, because I feel like the past few years, no one has dared even to make like a political statement in Asia Fest, and I think that's really important because we're not just a group of students who sort of like meet weekly and like eat food. Like we're more than that. We have like a lot of issues that we want to discuss. Like we care about the mainstream American politics, and we want to talk about identity issues, and we want to showcase our culture, and we want to do all these things at one. I think, yeah, those are the things I want to see.